Hello, today we're going to present the French Revolution. We hope you like it. Our team members are Reinaldo González, Diego Razo,
Rey.
and Emiliano Nieto, and me, Raúl Herrera.
General context of the French Revolution. The French Revolution was a watershed event in modern European history that began in 1789 and ended in the late 1790s with the ascent of Napoleon Bonaparte. During this period, French citizens redesigned their country political landscape, uprooting centuries-old institutions such as an absolute monarchy and the feudal system. The upheaval was caused by widespread discontent with the French monarchy and the poor economic policies of the King Louis XVI, who met his death by guillotine, as did his wife Maria Antonieta. Although it failed to achieve all of its goals and at times degenerated into a chaotic bloodbath, the French Revolution played a critical role in the shaping modern national by showing the world the power inherent in the will of the people.
The main cause of the French Revolution was the ineffective leadership of Louis XV and Louis XVI. In France, as in most other European nations, the monarch ruled on the basis of the divine right of kings. He was not answerable to these subjects. However, the philosophies of Enlightenment thinkers made the public think different. Louis XV failed to overcome the financial problems facing France. He was not able to harmonize the conflicting parties at court to arrive at coherent economic policies. Louis XVI then tried to bring about radical reforms but failed miserably. The poor economic condition of the nation angered the masses and they became critical of their king. Another cause was the tax burden on the third state. The first state in France, or the clergy, owned 10% of the land, thought it comprised less than 0.5% of the population. It was very wealthy and paid no taxes. It had many privileges, including the collection of tithes. Tithes was 1/10 of annual produce or earnings taken as a tax for the support of the church. The second state, or the nobles, owned about 25% of the land. They were exempt from paying many taxes and were allowed to collect dues from peasants. In contrast, the third state was forced to pay heavy taxes while the other two were exempted. This burdened the third state, leading to their questioning this unjust state system and planning to overthrow it. Third cause was the social inequality in France due to the state system. In the 17th, 18th, the population of France was about 24,700,000 and it was divided into three states. The first state was the Roman Catholic clergy, which numbered about 100,000. The second state consisted of the French nobility, which numbered about 400,000. Everyone else in France, including merchants, lawyers, laborers, and peasants, belonged to the third stage, which comprised around 98% of the French population. The third state was excluded from positions of honor and political power, and was looked down upon by the other states. Another cause was the ideas put forward by Enlightenment philosophers.
Well, now I'm going to talk about some progressive and important moments of this historical event. The first one was in October 1785. A group of angry women broke in the palace and kicked Louis XVI and his family to Paris. Then, in July 14, a mob stormed the Bastille in search of gunpowder and guns. Then, in July 14, a mob stormed the Bastille in search of gunpowder and guns. After that, the National Assembly declared rights for men and the citizens. As you can see in here, here's the National Assembly. Next, Austria and Prussia asked the National Assembly to return Louis XVI to the power, and after that they declared war. Napoleon was in power and was the leader of the French army. Finally, Louis XVI and Maria Antonietta were guillotined in order to prove that they were not afraid to fight Austria nor Prussia, as you can see in here.
The end of French Revolution. Already by the year 1974, the revolutionary troops regained total control of France, and due to such exaggerated mercies by the Jacobins, the people organized their dominance. By 1974, the Jacobin leader Maximilien Robespierre has executed by the power returned to bourgeoisie leadership. One of the biggest effects the French Revolution had was spreading the revolutionary ideas of the Enlightenment around Europe. During the Revolution, monarchies around Europe were disturbed by what was happening in France. For the people to rally together and behead a king meant trouble. What happened in the rest of Europe's lower classes did the same. This ultimately did occur with the revolution of 1848 in Russia, Italy, Austria, etc. But the Enlightenment itself didn't just spread on its own like a plague. After the revolution, when Napoleon took power, he attempted to create the French Empire, where he conquered much of Europe for a short time. While his dream of a French Empire failed, his legacy was to spread Enlightenment ideas around Europe. The Directory. During this state, with the bourgeoisie on power, the reforms began to reserve the decisions taken by the Jacobins. Among these, return to excise we allowed, because this form of government did not favor any sector of the population. It was related but caused different feelings against the government. By 1789, the popular Napoleon Bonaparte gave a state punch. The Consulate. Already with Napoleon in power, the power has in hands of 3 councils, including Napoleon. This centralized, utterly authoritarian unitary regime has restored relations with the church and elections of return of the out.
Well, that's all for today. We hope you like it.